Hey there, Lacey here with Sweet Pea Chef, and today I'm going to show you 4 easy fruit sorbet recipes that are super tasty, refined sugar-free, and dairy-free, and you don't even need an ice cream maker to make them. So let's get started. First, we're going to make a deliciously smooth raspberry sorbet. Lay out the fresh raspberries over a rimmed baking sheet lined with parchment paper. We're going to freeze the raspberries until completely solid, which should take about 3 to 4 hours, but I usually leave them in overnight. Place the frozen raspberries into the bowl of a food processor or heavy-duty blender, along with a little raw honey and freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now blend until smooth. You may need to add a little warm water and press down with a spatula to help the process along. You can either eat this immediately or you can transfer it into a freezer-safe container and store it for about 3 to 4 hours to let it harden a little bit. This raspberry sorbet is so easy to make and is the perfect blend of sweet and tart. Now we're going to make a fresh mango sorbet. So we're going to need to dice some fresh mangoes and then lay them out over a rimmed baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Next, let's freeze the mango until it's completely solid, which should take at least 3 to 4 hours or overnight. Place the frozen diced mango into the bowl of a food processor or heavy-duty blender, along with some freshly squeezed lime juice. Now blend until smooth. You may need to add a little bit of warm water and press it down a little bit with a spatula to help it along. Just like with the raspberry sorbet, you can either eat it immediately for more of a soft serve texture, or you can transfer it into the freezer for a couple hours to harden more. This rich and sweet mango sorbet is the perfect way to cool down on a hot summer day. Now we're going to make some fresh watermelon sorbet. So to make this, we need to first remove the rind from a seedless watermelon and dice it into cubes. Lay out the cubed watermelon over a rimmed baking sheet lined with parchment paper, making sure that the watermelon pieces don't touch. We're going to freeze this for about 3 to 4 hours until it's completely solid, or you can just leave it in overnight. Place the frozen watermelon chunks into the bowl of a food processor or a heavy-duty blender, along with some freshly squeezed lime juice and raw honey. You may want to let the frozen watermelon sit in the food processor for about 5 minutes to thaw a little bit, because that's going to make it easier to blend. Now go ahead and blend until smooth. If necessary, you can add a little warm water and press down with a spatula to help the process along. Again, you can have this immediately, or you can transfer it into the freezer if you want it a little bit more solid. This watermelon sorbet is so refreshing and is the perfect mellow combination of watermelon and lime. Now let's make some fresh peach sorbet. So go ahead and slice a few ripe peaches and remove the pit. No need to remove the skin. Lay out the fresh peach slices over a rimmed baking sheet lined with parchment paper. And we're going to freeze the peach slices until they're completely solid, which usually takes about 3 to 4 hours, or you can leave it in overnight. Place the frozen peach slices into the bowl of a food processor or a heavy-duty blender, along with a little raw honey and freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now blend until smooth. If necessary, you can add a little warm water and press down with a spatula to help the process along. You can eat this immediately for a softer texture, or transfer to a freezer-safe container and freeze for 3 to 4 hours or until firm. This peach sorbet is perfectly creamy and sweet and is a really good use of those fresh summer peaches. It's hard to believe you can have these delicious sorbets with just a few ingredients and without any ice cream maker. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to check out my video on 4 more frozen sweet treats to stay cool this summer. Thanks so much, I'll see you next time. Oh my God, how do I say that?